Well everybody, I just wanted to very quickly jump in here to this video and tell you on Nikon rumours. Nikon has lodged an 85mm 1.2 patent. Very exciting that we're seeing developments of the 85mm 1.2. As you may know, that's one of my favourite lenses that I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on. Now of course, patent applications happen all the time and it doesn't necessarily have to mean anything. But in the same breath, it could mean a lot. It could mean that this lens is perhaps beginning construction, beginning life.
And of course, we have every expectation that this lens is coming sometime soon. So any news about it is exciting because, of course, it is on the current roadmap. G'day everybody, how are you going today? It is spectacular to see you. How are you going? I do hope you are super well. I'm sorry I haven't seen you quite as much lately. There's been quite a few things going on in my personal life and it's taken up a lot of time. But I think we are heading towards calm waters, so that is absolutely fantastic.
What's going on everyone, Seth Miranda here, coming from the Halloween Special Effects Workshop.
G'day everybody, I just wanted to do a quick plug here for my main man Seth Miranda and his awesome workshop. Happened last year, check it out. Hope to get there one time myself. Maybe you want to do it this year, but here is a sneak peek. Go check out the full trailer on the link below. Now today I've got some good news. For people who have been with this channel for a few years, you'll know that I've taken the time here and there to talk about Nikon's financials, because obviously in some quarters of the internet, Nikon has been all sorts of things, like bankrupt and going out of business and won't be here by the end of 2021. Well, all of those things have proven to be incorrect. I've said for years, big companies have a whole toolkit of mechanisms and opportunities and momentum and gravity and assets and intellectual property and expanding into new areas. Like, there are endless things that companies can do to move forwards. And all of this, the last 2 years, of course, has been going on during the backdrop of COVID, which has been an absolutely massive impact on the entire world. There is probably not a single human being who hasn't had to change their lives somehow, some way, because of the impacts of COVID. And the good news is that Nikon is reporting profits. Yes, we have the official third quarter profits for the financial year ending March 31st, 2022. We also have the projected profits for that year, that same year ending March 31st, 2022, which of course now is only a very short distance away. So their predictions would be, I think, rather accurate, because they know how many products they're going to be able to ship out the door in the next couple of months. They know exactly what their inventory is going to be. And of course, I would have thought by now, even so the world is constrained, companies will be getting a sense of that constraint. There are two things that I want to talk about in this video. The first one is just a quick look at Nikon's financials, and thank you Nikon Rumors to alerting us today to this news. And secondly, to talk about the world and the shortages and the fact that every single company is impacted by it, and we are now getting companies actually having to raise their prices. And I was listening to the radio this morning, and this is not just Nikon, this is everywhere. Inflation is occurring, and this is happening because logistics are more expensive, and that is being absorbed into the cost of goods, which is then being passed on to the end consumer. First, let's talk about Nikon's financials. So yes, they are in profit. Let me say that again. So if anybody asks you or tries to tell you Nikon are doomed, well, Nikon are in profit. And they are going to have a profitable year. And not only are they in profit, but the imaging division on its own is also in profit, which is absolutely fantastic news. I have to say at this point, yes indeed, of course, camera unit sales are down. They're down for everybody, and that includes Nikon. But even so, overall revenues are down a little bit because of all the restructuring and all sorts of different things, all those different mechanisms that I talked about at the start of this video. Even so, revenue is down, the company is in profit. Further to the good news is Nikon did make some forecasts for what they thought would happen in Q3 of the 2022 year, and their forecasts have actually trended slightly upwards. So that's just another little piece of news that's come out of all of this. I just want to read a quote from Nikon here. The company's consolidated results have remained on trend, stronger than that in the previous forecast. In the imaging products business, supply and demand for cameras and lenses, including newly released mirrorless cameras, are found to be tighter than expected. Meanwhile, in the precision equipment business, system maintenance and other service-related businesses remain solid for both FPD and semiconductor lithography systems. Further, in the healthcare business, sales volumes of biological microscopes and retinal imaging systems are expected to exceed the forecasts. In the components business, sales of such products as EUV-related components and optical parts are expected to grow more than previously expected against a backdrop of the brisk semiconductor market. In light of these circumstances, the consolidated financial forecast for the fiscal year ending March 31st, 2022, announced on October 29, 2021, has been revised upward. Might I add that Nikon's good news also has the backdrop that Sony
Q3 FY 2021 consolidated financial results. Sony's a massive company, and we can see here that just for Q3 FY21, they have 3,031 billion yen. It's a lot of income, but it's a huge company. And if we jump down here to page 8, we can see here that this is all of their massive divisions. We have gaming, music, motion pictures, electronic products, imaging and sensing solutions, financial services, didn't know they did that, and all other corporate and elimination. We are going to look at page 10, and there it is right there. This is the electronics products and solutions segment, EP&S segment, and we can see here that there has been a 2% decrease in sales from the previous year. Now, that is not particularly massive. It is a very small decrease. Interestingly, that's sales, but overall, the operating income, which I believe is their profit, it has gone from 103.4 billion yen down to 80 billion yen. And the reason cited for this impact is unit sales of digital cameras, televisions, and audio and video. Not a big deal. Still in the billions of profit. We love that. We can see here the forecast for the 2021 year is that revenue will be up by 4% or 80 billion yen. And this is due to higher than expected sales of televisions due to an improvement in the product mix. And we can see here that they have also revised their forecast from October through to now. And they are stating that the revised increase is due to higher than expected sales of televisions due to an improvement in product mix, also the impact of foreign exchange rates. It is being put down to an improvement in the product mix of digital cameras and other products as a plus. A decrease in operating expenses is also a plus, but there is also an impact of the decrease in unit sales of digital cameras, televisions, and smartphones. So it's an interesting division. Of course, there is a lot in here. We can see that it's audio, video, televisions, and digital cameras. It also includes smartphones. So we really don't have a very clear picture of how their actual mirrorless camera division is going by it all being incorporated here. But it's great to see that Sony are getting strong profits and strong revenue.
Of course, there was two new bodies in 2021. The ZFC, from the best of my understanding, has been very successful, along with the Z9, which has been extremely successful. Also, we've seen a number of really exciting lenses come out over this financial year period, which is March 21 through to March 22, with some super duper lenses like the 400mm 2.8. I just want to add that I have had multiple conversations, quite a lot of conversations, that saying Nikon has not been profitable for a very long time. Now, it's a completely inaccurate statement. I have a chart here which I've seen before, but you can see here there's only been 1 year and now they are well and truly back in profit, and they are forecasting a return of 8.5% on investment. So that's pretty damn exciting. We've had an 8.7%, 5%, 6.4%, 5.1%, 4.2%, 0.1%, so they got very close in 2017, 7.8%, 11.7%, 1.1%, and then minus 12%, which is still not a massive. That means they're getting almost 90% of the way there. And then we did have this year, which is forecast to be 8.5% return. This notion, if people tell you Nikon have been unprofitable for ages, it's completely incorrect. They've actually been profitable for 9 of the last 10 years. Maybe what people are trying to say is that they have had a reduction in revenue, and yes, that's true, but they have not been in negative profits. Only 1 year, and that was last year, and now we're blasting away from that as we have the ZFC and the Z9, as I've spoken about. Okay, so the forecast for the year ending March 31st, 2022 in just the imaging products business, it was forecast on November 4th last year that revenue would be at 175 billion yen and profits would be at 15 billion yen. Now they're talking about revenue of 180 billion yen with profits of 20 billion yen. That's a lot of yen, 20 billion of them. Now, what we're going to look at here is the forecast for the year ending March 31st, 2022. So overall, they're expecting a revenue of 550 billion yen with an operating profit of 47 billion yen, which is 8.5%. And profit before income taxes will be 53 billion yen or 9.6%, and profit attributable to owners of the parent will be 39 billion or 7.1%. Now they are profits projected. As I said before, we're very close to this now. So to give you an idea of what 47 billion means in US dollars, that is 408 million US dollars. So coming up towards $500 million. So that's pretty nice for profit. Now let's talk about revenue as a whole. 550 billion yen is 4.78 billion US dollars. That's pretty good revenue. That's great turnover for Nikon. This is a big company. It's a multi-billion-dollar company. It is turning over almost 5 billion in US dollars per year. And this particular year, it's made almost $500 million in profit. Nikon are a profitable company and they are here. And I think we're going to really start getting into some juicy products in 2022 and more interesting products like perhaps the Z8 or the Z7 III, whatever's going to sort of fit in that category. There might be more entry-level products as well. And we've got some really exciting lenses to come. More and more people are going to move over to Z, especially from F. This is absolutely great news that Nikon have increased their profit expectations for this quarter as well as the year as a whole is looking fantastic. Many will have already heard the news that the Nikon D500 is now officially on the Japanese website as an old product. Now, I'm not exactly sure what an old product means, but there are currently 4 other cameras still sitting there as not old products, and I suppose to the best of our understanding, this means that the D500 has been discontinued. With this sort of news, with the F mount heading in this direction, it will mean that more people will move from F to Z. Now, I can hear some cynics out there going, yes, and some people will move from F elsewhere. Indeed, perhaps they will. But also, conversely, perhaps some people will move from other systems over to Z as well. Some people might move from Fuji. They love mirrorless, they love the size, they love all that sort of stuff, but they can see the advantages of full frame, and they can see that maybe they want what Nikon is offering. Absolutely anything is possible, but I certainly think overall, on balance, it will mean that more people are moving to Z who are still not there yet. That means more bodies being sold, and more bodies being sold means more lenses being sold, and that is the most important thing. I do think, even so we don't know, but my guess is on the products that are coming in 2022, it will only attract more people to the Z system. The absolute choices in glass are phenomenal. Check out my video here about the 28-75, and that's a great lens, but other lenses like the 24-120 f4, the system is really fleshing out. And of course, with the arrival of the Z9, we can see what Nikon are capable of. I am absolutely enjoying using every aspect of this camera. It's been so good to see you today. Thank you so much for being here. Please do let me know in the comments below, what are you expecting in 2022? Will it be the Z8 or the Z7 III? Is it the same camera? Maybe it's a super entry-level camera that we're seeing rumored on the old interwebs. Or maybe it's a Z5 II. Some people might be looking for that. Plus, there's so much exciting glass to come, like the 200-600, the 85 1.2, well, at least that's what I think it is, and so many more things. Think about those PF lenses that are coming. Well, officially we know of one, but I reckon that 400 is one as well. Anyway, let me know in the comments below what you think about all of that, and the fact that Nikon are in profit, and they're pretty solid profit. $500 million is all right, isn't it? That'll buy a couple of sandwiches. Please share, subscribe, like. Don't forget merch, Canacone, there it is right there. And check out our website, mattirwin.com. Okay, see you later.